and about to talk about a story that, frankly, when this story started, when it first occurred, I didn't think I would ever be able to say these words. But Damar Hamlin, Buffalo Bills safety, has been cleared for full activities by multiple specialists and is back to working out with the team. Buffalo Bills general manager Brandon Bean Counter told reporters, wow. Okay. Because everybody could go back and flash back to the moment where they saw Damar Hamlin go down, come back up, stand up, and then go back down to not get back up, right? We all remember that moment. I was with my son watching the game on the couch, and I remember my son getting me to tears because he kept asking real questions that a 7-year-old should ask. Like, is he okay? And I didn't have an answer for that because I knew how catastrophic this injury was. You could just tell by the faces of the players. You could tell by the emotional context of the moment. You could see everyone so distraught, right? And I'm just sitting there like, wow. And I've played a lot of football in my life. 25 years, if you count Pop Warner, of my life was dedicated to the sport of football. And when you're playing football, I will say never have it ever crossed your mind that you would die on the football field. Now, someone has died before playing the game of football, but it never crosses your mind that you would die playing football. Talk to anybody about football, everyone says the same damn thing. Oh, it hurts. But no one ever says it will kill you, correct? Well, Damar Hamlin got to a place where he actually died. They said he flatlined on the football field. Some reports said from his uncle that he did twice. But the point being, no heartbeat on a football field. Now, let's walk through the steps from that to where we are now today. He is not only a healthy individual just walking around in his life, but he is now committing to the same sport, the same game that nearly killed him. Woo! Lot of emotional stuff going on here. So let's get the quote out. Brandon Bean said he's, quote, in a great headspace to come back and make his return. And that's the appropriate statement to make because it's really about your headspace. Physically, because of all the specialists and all the tests that he's run, there's no guarantees in life because we're all born to die. But at the same time, if you look at all his measurements, if you look at all the tests that they've run, it seems like he's just a normal functioning human being. Now, everybody's been to the doctor before, and your medical history is the first thing they want to talk about. You know, you're sitting there and you're on that piece of paper that they keep rolling out, and you're sitting on it, and you're hired in a doctor, and he's just with a pen and a chart. And he's just writing down stuff because your medical history is telling him who he's dealing with. Well, in this moment, the medical history says the guy died playing football. But you're right now looking at a box next to him that says, check, I'm going to clear him once again to play football. Kaboom, right? So now you get to the place where you do the examinations. He's fine physically. But what are the tests for him mentally? Let's talk about this. When you get hurt in football, the hardest thing to do is to come back, not physically, but mentally to the point where you trust yourself to be reckless again playing football. Did y'all catch that? When you get hurt, all right, you tore your ACL. Damn it. Oh, man. I'm going to be laid up for 6 months, right? Rehab. You get all that going. Finally, the doctor's over there playing around with the knee. You look fine to me. You're going to practice. You're doing light conditioning. Next thing you know, you're in some drills, one-on-ones. Next thing you know, you're out there full tilt. Up here, where are you mentally? Up here, are you ready to commit fully to trust yourself, not only to be on the field, but to take the seatbelt off and to be reckless once again, like you have to be in the game of football. That controlled chaos. And that's the scariest part from coming from an ACL, not from a near-death experience. So, wow, Damar Hamlin's in a place where he's like, I can't ever concede to that moment again. Like, I can't be affected by that. But when you have the injury, the physical injury, the ACL, every time you take a step, you're like, Oh, it's good. It held up. You know, you go into the sidelines and you sit down, you get back up. Oh, that felt normal. You run into the sidelines to make a play. You land awkwardly. Oh, I'm okay. Like you're always checking in on your body post-injury. What if the injury was you nearly died on the field? Do you go back and check in on that? All right, let's take it to another level, because I've been in situations where I've gotten devastated, depleted. I don't think I ever got pancaked in the NFL. You kind of learn the techniques. Like, ain't nobody gonna pancake me. But just say pancake for all those out there. When you get embarrassed, when you get destroyed on a play, you ever heard somebody say they're walking on eggshells? Of course you have, right? Why are you walking on eggshells? Because the way that the body works, that your brain sends messages to the body because of pain, right? When it registers pain, it's like, nah, we gonna shut that down. We're good. So when you get depleted, you get pancaked, you get destroyed, you know what your brain says to your body? Chill. We ain't going there again. We're not doing that again. Therefore, you see people walking on eggshells. You're like, dog, run through the hole. You ever see a running back that got knocked out? Next time you get to the ball, you kind of like, run through the hole. Your body is listening to your brain say, nah, don't run through that hole. Last time you ran through that hole, your ass almost got killed. Well, let's take it from a figure of speech to a literal statement. Damar Hamlin literally almost got killed on that play. Where is his mindset right now? All I'm going to say is I don't have that answer, but I do have an answer to where his level of courage is. This is the most courageous thing ever. Talking about facing your fears and facing something that nearly killed you. He's going to do that. I just wonder what the true feelings of the Buffalo Bills are. Because we know they got insurance and they can handle, hey, if something happens to them again, we can handle it in that respect. But the PR, just the emotional pull that it has on the team to realize we're putting somebody right back in the same position they nearly died from. You got to feel a little torn about that if you're one of the Buffalo Bills executives.